Welcome, our 6 listeners, to episode 12 of Alex Cora Center for kids who can't hit good and want to learn how to do other things good too. Um, it's your trusty bottom feeders, I guess we call ourselves now. We are here. Now it gets almost more depressing because I don't know if it's worse for someone who tunes in to listen to us talk because we don't matter anymore. Or is it sadder that we're still doing this?
Yeah, maybe we focus too much on this and not enough on our teams.
I made so many moves that you're like, okay, just one of them has to work.
That's what I sent a text to Tom before this when I still was trying to make the playoffs, that for anybody that's seen the new Mission Impossible movie, I felt there's a scene with Simon Pegg in that where he's as someone's doing surgery on him and he's walking her through it while also telling another person how to disarm a bomb. I said that's what it felt like trying to make moves with your teams this week. And it did not go well.
Well, now I'm like, my players will probably do better now, and I'm not dropping them. I'm not helping these people. It's almost like a unwritten rule, right? You got to keep who you have on your team now.
No, I was thinking about going and just picking up Travis Bazana just out of the off shot that he comes up next year.
I would love
That
that.
was
That's
the
also like isn't that
I
an
think he
unwritten
was the
rule? We
number
can't
one
make
overall
moves.
pick last year.
I'm happy to make moves.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in myself at this point.
Yeah, they're like, well, if those 3 picked him, doesn't matter. I'm trying to find full screen mode here. All right, well, where do we begin? So we're on day 3 of round 1, and I can't even tell you who's playing who because I actually have like a mini heart shudder every time I see the app on my phone. I haven't clicked open. Adam, me and you are playing against each other, and I've like sadly been putting players in like it matters, and like I saw I had a probable starter, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll put him in. What else do I do with my hands? And that's a good segue to who that probable starter was. That was Framber Valdez last night.
That whiny boy. So did everybody see the play?
100% deliberate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Now, we had just gotten home from Emory's practice. It was late, and I was like, okay, I'll just put on Astros Yankees. Sounds good. I'm like, oh, it's my pitcher. Doesn't matter anymore. But it was 2-0, 5th inning, and I'm watching live when this happened. But I had it on mute. And I didn't see Salazar, I think his name was. I didn't see him to tell him to stop, back up.
Yeah, he just kind of went.
I didn't see that live.
Yeah.
Then I saw the home run, which Trent Grisham has 29 home runs this year.
More than in his entire career.
More than the Atlanta Braves. And he's batting behind Stanton. They were talking about how that protects, Judge, Stanton, Grisham. He didn't do anything. I think he was like one of the worst trade gets last year, right? And now he is going off. So good for Trent Grisham. I liked him when he was in San Diego. But
hell of a stash.
It is a good stash. Coming from a fellow stash Yanato. So he takes him oppo, fastball. I got stats in me. At least what the announcers were yelling at me. He has 29 home runs, 19 of them are on a fastball. Don't throw Trent Grisham a fastball.
Okay.
But he takes him deep. Now, it wasn't the first pitch that Volpe was up. It was number 2. And when you're watching live, I just kind of was like, wow, it's 6-0. I'm not going to watch this anymore. But then I noticed that there was a cross-up. and when it's live, I on mute, you don't know, and I was just like, oh, but I like looked away, didn't realize everything until this morning, and I remember thinking, are they going to talk about that? I didn't think it was deliberate. I didn't think anything in that
Mhm.
moment. I was just like, are they going to even reference that happened? You know, um, kind of hard to know if they did because it's on mute, but
That's only the reactions after you see the replay make you realize it was like, because if you're watching it in real time, you're just like, oh, bad pitch, like no big
yeah,
deal. But then you see the reactions of everyone around, everyone involved. It's just kind of, what the fuck was that?
um, lost Adam. I was wondering if he was going to come in. Uh, Even Volpe looked like something, like he
Yeah.
knew something was up. The
Hmm.
way he like looked back and like didn't know how to react. So it was pretty blatant. So I don't even know, did Fromber he did say something today, right?
His agent
Oh,
released that it wasn't intentional, that he just got crossed up.
I read something that Fromber said the catcher called a curveball, but I had already made my mind up that I was going to throw a fastball. What?
Okay.
The catcher puts a sign down. And if you start moving, you're gonna. That's gonna be the pitch you are assuming is being thrown if you're the catcher.
Yeah, and if it was intent, it's like, what can the catcher even do there? Like, he can't react. Like, you can't
No.
fight your own guy like that. You go in the dugout like Bryce Harper and Jonathan Papelbon.
Yeah, that would be a um, good analogy there. Keep it in house. But I really wanted. You could see when the catcher got up, Salazar. I'm saying it right, right? Cesar Salazar, is that who it
Yep.
was? He looked at him like when it hit him in the chest, he like knew immediately
Hmm.
that was on purpose because Fromber just
Hmm.
backed off. So he gets another
Well, that
ball.
was the other thing, is because Fromber didn't even attempt to do like, my bad, or like,
Turned around.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You think if it was on accident, you would have shown some remorse or ask if he's okay, right? He didn't even
Hmm.
ask, and then the catcher kind of he was very mature. He just like kind of took his mask off and looked like he wanted to do something, and then he threw the ball back. And I was reading someone said he should have just rolled it back. But then you're like you say, do you keep it in house? I mean, that he's only
Yeah,
played 30 games.
and I actually give him credit for not, like, if he, because there's probably a lot of catchers that if they were actually pissed, they would just go out, like, walk to the mound. But then, like, then that probably would have started a fight between the two of them. I think he could
Fromber's
tell,
a
like, he
pretty
gave him
big.
gave him a little grace, like, all right, I get it, he's pissed, he just gave up a grand slam, like,
Yeah,
but
he's
don't ever
clearly
do that to
still
me again.
angry.
Yeah.
I'm curious how many other times since the PitchCom came in that's even happened.
Hmm.
And then, like for Framber, the implications that he's in a contract year. It's
Yeah,
like
like
not a
the
good.
guy, the tech guy on the pitch com's probably like, what the fuck did I do? He's like, that works. Don't get me fired, man.
That's what happened. That's the Ryan Braun treatment.
Even
Yeah.
Salazar's. I'm sorry, I cut out, but even Salazar's like his side of it was like I thought I hit the right button, but I didn't.
Yeah, he
And
tried to take the brunt of it. But like you said, he's in a contract year now. Does this come up in free agent talks? Will this matter? Does he lose money because of this?
no, I think everyone's morally lost, so it won't matter.
I think the 6 earned
Yeah, that
runs might matter more.
it's a drop in the bucket. Yeah.
If Marcelo Zuna still has a job, and guys like Tyreek Hill and like oh Kareem Hunt is our running backs are hurt, so we're just going to add Kareem Hunt. Okay,
It was something weird from my point of view when you were watching it live. Oh, that was weird. To then this morning waking up and seeing other people, one noticed it, and then it was intentional, and then it turned into a huge story. I that was something interesting just to randomly see that part of the game. But Let's
It
use
was
that
as
as a.
sorry, Dave.
Go
It
ahead.
was as unintentional as Shohei's linking to the gambling.
Nice. I think you're saying he's guilty.
Yeah.
I actually took a
No, he's our
screenshot last night saying,
that's our Harvey Dent, man. We can't let him go down, even if he's a bad guy.
yeah,
He's our white knight.
I took a screenshot last night of this Frombert thing. I was like, I got to talk about this on the pod because I don't think anyone's talking about it. And then I wake up and it's the top story. So,
Yeah.
all
You
right,
could tell
well,
too, like the fact they already met and came out and spoke on it. Like the
Yeah.
team and agent, they're just like, okay, we're gonna pretend that was nothing.
yeah. All right, so none of us are in the playoffs, but I don't want to like single myself out as the one that's in the most pain, but it's like you knew it was slipping away that day, and I had a friend in town and we went to a concert that Sunday night, and I'm getting texts from Tom who's telling me that right now him and I are mathematically eliminated. And I hadn't opened the app at all because I had watched the early game. I had Woodruff going, and he had given up like 8 runs to the Blue Jays, and I was like, needed a quality start there. And then Bryce Miller, I think, had 5 innings of 2 earned runs, so he didn't go 6. And
Never go
then
for like
another
Connor.
guy, Max Scherzer. So I had Scherzer versus Woodruff, and both of them gave up like 6+. So I knew it was going wrong. And in those moments, you don't look at the app, and you kind of resign yourself. Oh, I should be able to make it. I was in 5th place. And then you have Tom saying, I made spreadsheets to see everyone's chances. And he had said, right now, you're mathematically eliminated. And then, Adam, you gave me some hope because later on, you're like, oh, no, I think you'll hang on against Chad. And I was like, oh, well, maybe. Like, again, I'm not looking because I'm afraid to see what I thought it was like 13-1 or something. But wish it was. Because then it wouldn't have been a half a game, but the 10-4 score, it just sucks to lose by a half a game. But we're all out. Chad, kudos to Chad. He jumped 2 spots. No, he got the 6th. Brian moved up to 5. So me and you, Mike, fell out, or was Brian in the 6th?
Brian was in.
Yeah, so Brian and I were tied for 7th in our mat and going like during the week, and we were playing each other, and he demolished me. I had
Oh yeah, you were head to
Yuri
head.
Perez had a really bad start, and had another blow up on. I had a couple, and then one relief pitcher I think had a pretty bad week, but my guys just didn't hit the last few weeks at all, really.
That's what same, Mike. My team last 3 weeks, I'm making 7 moves a week, which I don't normally do because I'm just trying to make up for a 580 OPS. Like if your team's not hitting, you're pushing pitching, and then you're just hoping. But then you have a pitcher that gives up early runs, in the week, and it's just. I was not having fun the last 3 weeks. Not to say I don't want to be in the playoffs, but I'm kind of relieved I don't have to care. But I'm also sad because I don't know what to like. Do I still care about baseball? You're like you want to watch these good games, Astros, Yankees, and I think there's another good matchup
I
right
know
now.
the Mets and Phillies have a 4-game series coming up next week, so big stretch for the Mets here. They have the Reds coming up, who are right behind them in the wild card standings, and then the Phillies after that. So
Um, Speaking of the Mets and Reds, the Reds had a 5-game losing streak, and the Mets did okay over the weekend. Who did they play?
uh, it's all bleeding together. I like just catch up on my phone now. I'm like burnt out on baseball.
Um, they hit the Marlins. It might have been the Marlins, and they were just going
Yep,
back
they
and
played.
forth.
Yeah,
Alcantara threw it. He didn't even throw it.
Ventos.
Yeah, Vientos.
Yeah, and Soto has been unbelievable lately.
I hate Juan Soto.
He's
He
got
hit a grand slam.
five home runs in 5 days. Yeah.
Who are they playing now? That's who he hit a grand slam
They Detroit.
Labor Day.
They lost to Detroit today because Ryan Helsley, for I don't know, the second he got to New York, he forgot how to pitch.
He did. He said he knows people can know they are picking up on his. He has a tell apparently right now.
Yeah, today he came in. It was a 3-2 game. They're down 1 run. He got 1 out, gave up 4, and that was the ball game.
Rafael Soriano days.
Yeah, Rafael Soriano. Oh, a little glimmer of hope. Rizel Iglesias, NL reliever of the month.
Hey,
Why don't you just skip over? What is that?
Consolation.
Why do you do that? Why would you do that? Even if he had given up a run in the whole month, you're playing for the Braves. They're not even a team right now. Just ridiculous. Give it to a contender.
Give it to Vidal Brujan.
Another random Brave who I never thought would be on the Braves.
That's how bad it's going for Jared Kelenic and company.
Yeah, if you have Vidal Brujan playing right field when he's listed as an infielder, you know you're not doing it.
I'll play for free, man. Just let me get out of here. I hate Gwinnett.
Yeah, I hate it here. Adam, give us a little bit of your perspective. I know you had a bad loss. Is penultimate the week before the last week? Can I use that word? The penultimate week. You didn't do well against Paul. So you came in hopeful, but you had to have quite the week plus some help, right?
There's no shot I was once that shellacking from Paul, and it wasn't even a shellac. And Paul trying, you turned one from a win to a tie. Look at the scoreboard, Paul. It wasn't as if you creamed your pants at your roster. I lost 10-2, but literally 6 categories was by either a RBI or a walk or a quality star to win. So I was beating Luke pretty handily in the beginning of the week. I was like, well, if I went up 14-0 and this held, I still would have needed 3 other things to happen. So at that point, I was just playing for fun, trying to pretend that it would happen. And I think I did actually check the box on hitting every point in the standings this year. So that's something to hang my hat on.
That's something.
Keep your head held handsome.
Yeah, pretty tumultuous ride. I looked at dynasty rankings the other day because I was curious, do I add Shane McClanahan or Grayson Rodriguez and flirt with keeping them? Are they that good still? And I didn't even make it to either of their names because in the top 25, there's Corbin Carroll, Pete Crow Armstrong, and another guy on my team that would solidify 3 keepers. And Junior Caminero, who I let go in April. And then I could have made the trade Wheeler for Carroll. And instead, I am in 8th place.
It's hard to look back at that stuff and not be upset. I didn't think I'd sleep after seeing I lost by a half game, but I've done okay. The Caminero thing, not to pick on you with that, but last night he hit his 40th. And now apparently this home run went into a little. Did you see this where the home run landed? It wasn't in the stands necessarily. It took a bounce and went into this common area that I guess fans can't go to. But a fan jumped the railing, grabbed it, and he had the 40th home run ball. And the Rays staff approached him and basically strong-armed him into giving the ball back. They wouldn't usually you see this they exchange merch or something, or you get to meet the player
give him a
and
signed bat or something.
Yeah, and they just didn't. I just saw a quick video, and it was the video of the fan getting 4 security guards just being total assholes to him and saying this is Ray's property. But there's actual court cases out there that ruled against teams and allowed the fan to keep the ball because There's nothing that gets viewers like MLB prosecuting fans that catch their home run balls in their stadiums. That will increase viewership. So pushing it all the way to a court case, MLB and then lose. But even now, they haven't learned. The Rays staff, just typical, big-headed police behavior. Kyle Turner, just making him feel like shit. If you find the video, it's not fun. I read a comment that said he was suspended 6 months, can't come to the stadium or anything. Like, they're penalizing this fan, and I guess what they're hanging their hat on is he went into an area you're not supposed to. But I wish he just took the ball and chucked it.
Yeah, baseball's good at that, alienating
into the
their
river.
own fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Name a better duo. Anyway, I just saw that come up, and I was like, ooh, 40 homers, that sucks. And then also...
Can't lose that point.
And then, Testa was texting me that you can't help me at all with Paul to get the 1 seed. You can't even try. And I'm like, I didn't look at my score. He's like, it might come down to Jerickson Profar stealing a base tonight. Narrator. Profar had a kid on paternity leave.
He's had a good. He's played well since he's come back, though.
He gives you hope,
Profar.
right? I mean, the Braves next
his
year.
162 game pace is probably something crazy.
I saw that. Yeah. Yeah. You know whose 162 pace is not good? And I'll stop talking about my team in a minute, but I need to point out. I need to pull it up. Mike Trout. Does anyone talk about him in like any of the stuff you've watched?
No, he's like an afterthought all of a sudden.
He should be. This isn't a fun conversation about Mike Trout. He's batting 231. He started like August at like 270 or 260. He started August with 20 home runs. He has 20 home runs right now. And he's batting 231. He is now day to day. Not that matters. He's a skin infection. Doesn't matter to me anymore. But dude, this guy went 0 for 4, 0 for 3. Just when I needed like something. And then you can't drop him. It's Mike Trout. But like there's better players out there. I'm kind of like, why aren't we talking about this? What?
Vidal Brujan.
He's available, maybe.
That was the hard thing this year. Is there's a lot of guys that you're like can't like reckon with dropping them, but there's younger guys that you could have brought up for like a month at a time that would have been way more production.
Well, Adam has Crow Armstrong, and he had a bad second half.
Yep.
But you can't drop him.
More like Plateau Armstrong, am I right?
What?
More like Plateau Armstrong.
He plateaued? Is that what you're saying? Like he
was awesome, and then like by June, like he made the All-Star team, and then just literally.
Yeah, he was like in the MVP conversation over the first half.
He's hitting 7th for the Cubs, and then like getting platooned against lefties. They started a guy who I was like, that name sounds familiar. I think I work with that guy, and he's starting center field for the Cubs tonight.
It's kind of bad, and I mean Cal Raleigh's second half was not good, and they're saying Aaron Judge will pass him in the MVP voting now.
Probably.
He already has. Yeah, I think for like the odds.
After All-Star break, there's been some drop-offs.
Mike's pick.
Oh, it's Mike's pick?
I heard the chime.
Yeah. I need to finally take a quarterback, I guess.
Brock Purdy.
Actually, he already just went, so I'm taking Kyler.
Yeah, he should have a good season too, actually.
And I have Marvin Harrison Jr., so hopefully that works out.
There you
go. I guess we should give some love to the people that made the playoffs. So congratulations to Paul. He didn't go wire to wire, but he was hanging around the 1 seed pretty much all year. I will say it's tough having conversations with you, Paul. If you ever listen to these, you don't make us feel good about having conversations with you. We're just trying to be human beings and engage you in normal conjecture and ask about just things. We don't want the caps lock yelling at us and then you tell me, I say, hey, you're pretty good. I said, can you please stop streaming quality starts? And he goes, it's a skill or something like you're like, "Ah, God, it just gets under your skin. And I know that's what you do. That's kind of how you feed off of this. So bringing it up on the podcast probably doesn't help whoever's playing you next week because it'll just fuel your fire to find that 6-inning 3-earned run guy.
JT Ginn.
So I'm just letting you know you are the villain. It is not us. It's you. But congratulations. And Dan Testa has second place. Good for Dan. I don't think he's been in the playoffs for 5 years.
Both in the league and in Schwellenbach used names.
Swelling back that thing up. Third place, Patrick, right? Or Luke? Patrick.
Patrick.
And it just changed, but he's now 9-2-3 over Chad, who snuck in at the 6th spot, who we talked about. And then we have Loot in 4th and Brian in 5th. Brian paid me earlier in the week, and he said, hopefully this is good vibes. It was. And he's currently up on Loot 752. Loot texted us on Monday, Labor Day, and said, I have pitched 9 innings and given up 11 earned runs. Not sure that's a good start to the week. But he's only down 752, so there's still hope. It's only Wednesday. So we have 2 good matchups. I'm happy for Patrick, not because it's against Chad, just because Patrick's... Is this his first time in the playoffs? I think it is. And Chad, but Patrick's been around more. I won't read off the other scores because they don't matter.
To that point, I think we should install some type of Sacco punishment to make it. I would also like to propose a vote that we maybe go to 8 teams in the playoffs, or remove the bye at least. Like, I don't know, for the first 2 to get a bye and then just play. I would almost rather see 8 teams and no bye.
Or you
like
could add one more playoff team and give one person a bye. Yeah.
And that makes it a little more competitive. And I would also love to see a punishment, just because like this league is competitive and like everyone seems rather invested, and to make our side of things more fun. Like, it would be like you and I are playing this week, David. It would be fun to like have our nerves up and be like, oh, one of us has to do a beer mile. One of us has to...
It is a good idea. I would like to care right now.
Yeah, and then it would be funny for either of you to have to film like your significant other's reaction, like, hey, I have to spend 24 hours at the Waffle House or eat 24 waffles, like something like that.
But I worry, we have to have buy-in there, because how are we gonna... Chad lives in St. Louis. Chris lives in Seattle. We just gotta... I don't know if we have the trust.
Well, we're usually, our league's real good about deciding on things, so I don't think that'll be a problem at all.
It's true.
Well,
I'll start asking now.
You're not allowed to keep or draft until you do your punishment.
And we'll replace you with my neighbor, because I have a couple guys that still want in, but...
Or we replace you with Jared. We give full team control to Jared.
That'll make somebody not... They'll do their
That'll
punishment.
make everybody will participate then.
Yeah.
Do you think Jared is
never mind.
Do
you think Jared what?
Is Dixon Cider?
No. I feel like he would have made it about himself.
The real Jared Duran.
The real Jared Dubin. Yeah, I don't know. That's an interesting. I like what you said about the playoff team. I was thinking about doing like, should we do it 8? But then we're doing what MLB did, and it's just kind of like making it easier to get into the playoffs, which it is more fun.
But we haven't
every
expanded the playoffs. We haven't expanded the playoffs since we've expanded the league, have we?
No,
So
I like the idea of just a 7th team, and that way, like Paul this year would have gotten the bye.
and I would have got in. So now it's like I bring it up, and it's going to be because Dave didn't get in. He wants to change the rules. That's what
it's
Tom
the
always said.
March Madness conundrum. The 65th team was mad. Now the 128th or 9th team gets mad. Like,
Yeah,
I think
it does make sense.
A vote, like a majority vote, 7 out of, or I guess 8 out of 14 have to vote in favor.
Majority vote of whoever votes.
Yeah, 3 votes are in right now. Let's lock it in.
That's a good point. So, okay, what was the other one you said? I know the Sacco, but the
playoff expansion.
One team. So you'd have one bye, but then you'd also. Is there any other way to make the losers bracket more fun without having a Sacco? You're basically playing not to be the worst.
I think if you add a 7th team and you can get the group to agree that instead of first place gets $100 back, maybe you get $50 back, and then that $50 goes to. No, you can't be rewarded for winning this for not winning the Sacco.
No reward for no playoffs. Hey, keep the shirt on. Didn't know what was happening there. All right, 8 teams. Just keep the shirt. It's worth talking about. I'll bring it up and then get yelled at. But then something might happen.
And we can always talk about that thing we don't know how to do it, but it's got to be possible with the adjusting the keepers like per round rather than rounds 1, 2, 3 for the 3 keepers.
I would love that.
Yeah. So explain that again.
It's like so basically like corresponding to when you picked the player, you would get like say this year you picked, I don't know, Colson Montgomery in like the 17th round. Next year, like say we did a 3-year difference. Next year you would keep him. You wouldn't get your 14th round pick. So then that player is like.
What if you pick him up off waivers?
Then I guess it would have to be last round.
I think it's a first round. I think the whole point of that is like to value your draft.
Of your draft, yeah.
And so, like for me,
it could just be, or even just doing whatever. If it's somebody you picked up off waivers where they were drafted originally, even.
I just don't like that because, like, what if, like, I could draft? Well, I guess that it doesn't matter. But like,
yeah, I think if we just did it corresponding with the draft, that would make sense. And then once their season starts, it doesn't affect it next year.
Yeah, because like also like I could go and I could draft the number one like like Balsano, or you could draft the guy you brought up earlier, Benzana, and then like you could.
Then you'd almost be hamstrung because you wouldn't want to drop him because you're like, well, now I'm giving somebody this great thing.
Yeah, but that's like part of the strategy, you know. Like I think this guy's gonna have a breakout year next year, so I'm gonna like stash him, and then it makes you hold that roster spot because then instead of like I believe like once you drop him, then like you've like given up on him, right? And so then you shouldn't be rewarded by picking him back up and getting him at face value. Like you shouldn't have to pay the price of how good he was. Because like a guy like who was injured, like Chris Sale was probably a keeper actually, but like McClanahan was probably came back and was picked in like the 12th round, and like that's a steal, you know.
Yeah.
Kyle gets drafted McAble.
It's just very hard. I don't know how hard that is for me.
Yeah, the logistics of it.
We do it in our football league through ESPN. I don't think it's that difficult.
It sounds difficult with like the waivers, and if you trade a guy like me, I kept Riley, traded him for Henderson, and he dropped Riley. Say someone picks Riley now and just keeps him next year. Where does
The
that hit?
first round draft pick.
First pick.
Yeah.
Well, then
Because
no
you're
one.
saying
Yeah,
guys
that way
were-
it really only you really only benefit from it if it's someone you draft.
So
or
if
you
you
have to.
pick
Go ahead, yeah.
if you pick up somebody in like the waivers week 3 and you have them, where would that hit? 2026.
First round
pick.
still.
Yeah.
So you only get the benefit if it's a player you draft and you hold them the whole year.
Okay. Now, in your situation, you drafted Caminero.
It's a good
Traded.
example.
Test is going to keep him. That would be first round?
First round.
Or does he get the round you picked him?
I'm okay with that being it. It's more
If
so
it's a
as long as
trade.
as long as he's acquired, but like I'm getting something in return. Like
Yeah, you
if
have
I
to be
trade,
giving something up at least. Yeah, if it's waivers, you're just picking them up. Yeah.
yeah, if it's picked up, it's automatic first pick, unless you pick like unless he's also keeping who's his like best foot like it. Does he have another keeper? Like he's keeping Lindor, so then like Lindor's first pick, Caminero's second pick. You know.
Okay. It just sounds difficult. You're saying it's doable. I'm not going to say no. But I already get shit on for this 3-year keeper rule that we all voted on and liked at some point. I just don't.
Well,
Talking about.
I like it too.
Thank you,
Yeah, I
Mike.
don't have a problem with it.
Basically, just Paul screaming about it. I assume it's screaming with the caps locks on. So how will this work? Does it reseed, or does Paul will get the lowest seed that wins?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, it does make sense to expand playoffs, I think.
By
Yeah.
1 or 2, either way.
By 2, you'd still keep the first 2 as bye.
And
Right,
what are we
if
at?
8
So
got
we're
in.
at we're at 14 teams right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we go to 15 and then go to 2 more playoff spots.
I'm thinking another cat in the wall.
Cat in the wall. Now you're speaking my language.
What if we put more cats in the wall?
Dave's like one more person that gets to disagree with me.
Yeah.
And I have to type their whole email address.
There's so many things. Okay, I mean, it's worth bringing up. I wonder. Well, 1, I wonder if anyone watches this. 2, I wonder if it matters this year. Maybe it's like we bring it up after the new year, and I mean, even if it's just us 3 talking about it, thinking about it, the draft, like you said, the keepers then reflect the draft. That's fine. But if it's like we flesh it out and know what we're doing, make it easy on my brain.
Yeah, we want to make sure we have all the answers for the group chat before they have the questions, you know?
It's impossible. Somebody
At
will
least
hate
we
it.
didn't have like some kind of crazy last day of the year tiebreaker thing this year, you know?
Where Dave's involved in advance because of in April I had the most home runs that week. So that was the tiebreaker.
Apparently if if Kyle Schwarber stole a base in that Braves-Phillies 7 o'clock game, I would have tied Chad because Tom was playing Chad, and that stolen base would have done something. And he said, who knows who gets in then? And I was like, I almost vote against that. I'd rather not make the playoffs than have to deal with a tiebreaker again.
That was the bittersweet thing for me, kind of losing to Brian, because most of the damage done against me was Soto. So I'm like, as a Mets fan, I'm like, fine. Like it was again, like Yuri Perez is getting bombed, and I'm like, this is good.
Yeah. I always picture like I forget who it was, but that meme of the guy crying and just laugh like it's
Yeah,
okay.
that kid getting interviewed.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, no, everything's cool. We're great. Yeah.
Um, anything else to talk about?
I needed John Boy on whatever happened in Colorado yesterday.
With Kyle Freeland, right?
Yeah, Chapman's the only one who got suspended, so he must have came in and threw a punch
Well,
at
he's the one that,
Freeland.
and he comes running in and goes right at Freeland.
Chapman's a big dude. That's one guy I probably don't want to get hit by.
Well, even I think the other shortstop came in too, Adames. He didn't get suspended.
He and Devers and Freeland all got fined, but then Matt Chapman got a 1 game suspension. But they're like, it's for Kyle Freeland. Who cares? 1 game. Just don't do that again.
Did Freeland get tossed?
No, no one did. Devers stayed in the game too.
I was gonna say I thought Devers did. I thought okay, which I thought was weird. I mean, I don't think Devers should have got tossed. That's Freeland's problem.
He kind of didn't do anything except talk back to him when Freeland started
Yeah.
telling him to run.
With how
And
like
then,
these teams all seem very like pissed off lately. The playoffs might be really interesting
yeah,
because a lot of these teams do not like each other, and they're not even in the same divisions.
Yeah,
great.
I do love that you talked about the playoffs right after talking about the Colorado Rockies. That's probably as close as they'll get. Just in a segue of conversation. Yeah, what are the picks now? If we looked at it, doesn't the Mets are up how many on the Reds? Because that was like they were
So
really
they have a
distancing themselves.
five game cushion. So the Giants just caught up to the Reds. So Giants and Reds are 5 games behind the Mets, and the Mets are 1 game behind the Padres for the second spot. And then they're still 5 behind the Phillies.
Yeah. All right. So I see here 4.5 right now, Reds and Giants. Diamondbacks making some moves.
They just
And
took
the
2 out of
Cardinals.
3 against the Dodgers.
What's that?
They just beat 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers.
So Milwaukee's hanging on to that. They've struggled lately, but they're hanging on to that 1 seed. Then Philly and then LA. Then you got Chicago. Good for Chicago. I mean, they're playing the Braves. Big whoop. Padres, Mets. I would, if the Mets can just hold strong here.
Yeah, they've
And
done
then
better since calling up the young guys that they had. Our Jonah Tong made his debut last Friday. He's pitching again tomorrow. Or
and
Friday.
Nolan who?
McLean.
McLean. He's been great. Even though his stats don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's won his first 4 starts, which I don't know if a Mets pitcher's ever done it, and a pitcher hasn't done it since 2015, I think, in the majors. So he started his career 4-0.
Who was the last guy to do that on the Mets?
I don't know if anybody's done it on the Mets before. I just saw it was done in the majors in 2015 was the last time.
Let's figure out who that was. Let's take some guesses.
We'll get our stat guy on it.
No, his mic doesn't work.
He said it's 2015 was the last time?
To start their career? Crochet's not been around that long, has he?
No, I don't think so. It's 10 years. 10 years ago.
Shane Bieber.
Suddenly relevant again.
And on my 8th place team.
Don't let him go. AL side, Blue Jays, Tigers, and then Houston. I thought Houston was failing. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Detroit's 3-7. So is Toronto, 5-5. Yankees have been doing well. They're trying to creep on those Blue Jays, but then that's interesting. The Red Sox are right there too.
Yeah.
and then Seattle. So this is getting closer. If you look at the AL, Texas, Kansas City are 2.5 back of Seattle, and then Tampa Bay, even Cleveland now 3.5 and 4 back. So AL might be fun to watch in September.
Yeah. It looks like the playoff teams for the NL are pretty, like, who's gonna, but it's not gonna. You don't know who's gonna be the division winners and who's gonna be the wild card teams.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask the Reds to make up that. I don't think they're good enough.
Well, they have a 3-game series with the Mets this weekend, so
That'll
after
be
that
it.
it'll be a lot easier to figure out maybe.
I found the pitcher.
Really? You are our stat boy.
That guy.
Who is it? Who?
You would never guess. He's also
Reliever.
37. So
Number
he didn't
30.
start. No, he's currently 37 years old, still pitching. Still
R.A.
holding.
Dickey.
I thought you said number 37. I'll say Eric Desjardins. All right, hold on. Give us some more clues. Still pitching. AL, NL right now.
He's currently. No, he's not still pitching. Sorry, he retired last year. His last team was in the AL.
Retired last year. We're just going to take it. Is he a reliever?
No.
Or Tolo Colon.
No.
Someone just retired this year, and they're like, I'm retiring. And I was like, what? I thought you were gone like 4 years ago.
I saw that too. Who was that? They were like, yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
Yeah.
Noah Syndergaard? Did he retire yet?
I don't think so, but that's
He's
a
still
little
floating around the
Easter egg.
minors.
We have to
He's
talk
been
about him
playing
on
in,
every podcast.
He's been playing in like China or Korea ball for a while, and he finally was like, yeah, it's not for me anymore.
Yeah, it's them. All right, tell us, Adam. Who is it?
Chase Anderson.
Oh, I feel like that should have been.
That's not a real person.
He was a
They
brewer.
just made that up.
Brewer, yeah, he was a brewer. He did it on the Diamondbacks in 2015.
All right, good for Chase. Good stat.
I wonder how
sleuthing.
many wins did he finish the year with?
6-6.
4.
That's tough. Hopefully McLean does a little better than that.
Well, he came in late, so maybe
He
Chase
won't
had
get that many starts. So yeah.
He started 27 games and went 6-6.
Very Arizona.
Ugh, gross all around.
But he
Just the
is
most
a
forgettable
stat of the
year
day.
there was.
Yeah.
How you doing on your fantasy draft there, Mike?
Doing great. Dominating. Feels like a winner. Feels like a winner to me.
Anything else you want to talk about, or what are we listening to, watching, reading?
I'm deep into
I've just been deep.
album.
Yeah, how's that going?
It's awesome. I did like a deep dive on Chinese history, so I watched a lot of John Green and some other YouTube on the Cultural Revolution and like the Great Disaster, just a whole lot of Mao history.
What's going on with that belly button?
You can see that. In there,
Hey,
nice and
not
deep.
that
Might
kind
be
of
gout.
podcast.
Trying to get viewers, guys.
Yeah. Oh,
If
I've
we're up
actually
to, if we
recently
have 7,
watched.
we know it was the belly button.
I recently watched for anybody with kids, it's a cool movie too. Flow. I don't know if anybody's seen that on any of the apps. I think it's on. I'm not sure if it's on Max or Disney Plus. It's on one of those. But it's it's an animated movie, but
Is
no
that the-
words. It's like a cat is the main character, kind of.
Oh, really?
But it won Best Animated Feature for the Oscar last year.
Oh, interesting.
Said no words.
Yeah, it's all animals,
Nice. I'm into
but
that.
not talking animals, like Zootopia
Just
or one of
animals.
those. Yeah.
Flow. I haven't heard of that. I thought you were talking about that Pixar movie that came out, but I think that's it. I don't think that's named Flow. For me, I don't know what I just finished reading Salem's Lot for the second time. Stephen King book. Getting ready for Halloween. Big vampire guy. I'm not sure
Well,
what
if you like
else.
vampires, you should watch What We Do in the Shadows on Hulu.
Oh, I've watched some of it, but it's like so
That's
dry.
one of the funniest. Yeah, it's one of the funniest shows.
It's so funny.
That's when you were talking about the sucking the life out of you, Paul. That reminded me of the energy vampire.
He's so funny. That energy vampire
Yeah.
is the best.
Yeah. Colin Robinson.
He's a good one. That's a funny reference. I went and saw Camp live. I don't know if you've heard of Camp, 2A's.
Pretty good.
In Wilmington. They were really good. It was fun. They're different. Just like campfire rock. I liked them. Going to see Blink in a couple weeks, Mike.
Nice.
It's Summer of Joe's for Dave.
It's the last one. Sadly. I think that's like my 40th. I'll be 40 in November. And people are asking me, what are you doing for your 40th birthday? I was like, I think I already did it this summer. I think I did all of but yeah, this was good. This is good. Somber. We almost need to have like Sarah McLachlan playing in the background throughout this podcast so we can really hit that mood so everyone knows we did not make the playoffs.
Yeah.
We did not find it enough today.
Are we rooting for anybody?
Patrick.
Suck it, Luke.
Yeah, it would be nice. That would be fun to see Patrick win.
Lute has won already once. Paul has won. Chad has not. Brian has not. Brian won money last year, though. Testa, I don't think ever won.
He won that trade, and that's all he should win this year.
What trade? I'm kidding.
So what I'm hearing you say is anyone but Paul and Lute.
Yeah. This just feeds Paul. It'll just make Paul stronger, though. We should say we'll root for Paul.
So hard. We're gonna root for him even harder.
Yeah. I'm gonna date her even harder. All right, guys. We did it. And we weren't limited by Zoom. So it probably won't get edited tonight. So tomorrow I'll send it out.
All right.
Cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Who's playing any good matchups?
What's that?
Who's playing this weekend? Any good matchups? Baseball?
Mets, Reds.
Reds.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And then the other teams are, it's like Cubs, Padres, Giants.
Yeah.
Those are all the other teams going for the playoffs.
Blue Jays, Yankees. That'll be a good one. Guardians, Rays is a good one. Astros, Rangers. Giants,
Did the Mariners
Cardinals.
get in this year, or did they collapse again?
Who?
Mariners.
They're playing the Braves. That will help them out of that collapse.
3-3.
Is that the score right now?
No, they'll just get a free 3 games against Atlanta.
Yeah. All right. Until next time, guys.
Later.
So yeah.
See you guys.